hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, boy.
Is that too loud?
A couple days ago, we had, well, yesterday, it was like 1 degrees. Today, it's in the 50s. And I think where I got my cold was when I was outside. And I should have took my coat off and because just the sweating, because I started sweating, and you're supposed to take your layers off if you're working outside in the cold like that. You're supposed to take layers off and then add layers if you need it. But it is what it is. Everybody gets sick. It's one of them things. So I got my tea over here cooling off. So I hope everybody's doing good. And it's almost Christmas time already. And
hello, YouTube.
Friday will be my Christmas live of the year, where I'll be giving away a few things. So make sure you guys show up for that one. But tonight we are going to talk about the Rob Reiner death and stuff. A lot of conspiracy stuff going on right off the jump with this. So if you live in a rock and you haven't heard, even though there's a few things that have taken over the story, you know, there's other things in the news right now that are taking over these stories. And that could be a conspiracy by itself, but Sunday at 3-something, they had the daughter went to her parents' house and found the bodies there and called the police and everything. And you know, when helicopters are in that area flying about, the news companies swarm in like vultures because they know something bad has happened and it's a story, you know. And this time the popo, they blocked them like blocks away, so they couldn't even see the house or anything. And they didn't give no details or anything. And the reasoning behind it, what they thought was they knew the suspect. Well, find out it was, according to them, it was the son. And they had went ahead and arrested him. Now there is multiple different stories with this. There was one where he was staying in a motel close by, and there are people who went into this motel room and found bloody things all over the place. He had sheets over the windows. The shower had bloody handprints all over it. That story has kind of went away because he was actually staying at his parents' guest house, the one he had destroyed a few years ago. And he had evidently went to a convenience store right after this had happened, and completely clean, nothing on him, because from the details it was very gruesome. very gruesome. And he went to a convenience store, got a drink, and it was walking back when he was spotted walking down the street, and that's where they apprehended him. Now, he wasn't homeless. He was staying there. He was staying in the guest house. That's the official one. Now, we can go over some other theories that are out there. And again, these are just theories. And first of all, I would like to there are a lot of people that don't agree with his politics or anything like that. That should not have anything to do with it. Just like Charlie Kirk, you should not be happy when somebody is killed or died or whatever. You should have enough respect for the person and their family. And that saying, I do not agree with the stuff that Trump said. Everybody's already heard it. Him making fun of him because he didn't like Trump or whatnot. And again, you know, there people from the left are speaking up and screaming and hollering, "Oh, he's making fun of a dead person, this and that." But you know, they just did the same thing to Charlie Kirk. So it both ways. You know, it doesn't only work one way. You know, it doesn't make any difference how that person is or what that person was, what they believed in or anything. You still respect the family members and stuff.
Thanks for the Christmas card that come from Dixie and myself. I like that one.
Yeah, I sent out like 50 different cards.
That must have took you a while.
Yeah, I was up about 4 o'clock this morning and just going to town. Yeah, Ed even got one.
Really? And Dixie says hello to everyone in chat also. Even though she will not get and show her face up here, but she said hello.
Hey, Bulldogs. Now, first of all, I want to ask everybody, what are some of the things that you've heard about it? Pretty much what's on the news, or have you heard other theories?
Pretty much what's on the news. What I've heard is the night before, him and his daddy had a argument.
Yep.
And I don't know if I cannot remember if it was over money or what it was over. But, you know, that's all I've heard.
Well, the fight started over the tire of what he was wearing. And you can see this. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play some footage. It's on Twitter, or X, sorry. Let me make sure we get the right one here. Okay, this is hours before, which again does not make sense. And this is major news companies posting this. Now we know this happened. When the bodies were found was around 3 p.m. Now, let me share this if I can Share screen. There we go. Now I'm not sure how well that's going to look on what you call it, the small side over there.
Well, I'm going to enlarge mine.
There we go. Okay, this is hours before. You can see him walking, and this is allegedly. I'm not saying it, even though the major news companies are posting this.
He walks like a girl.
Well, you got to realize where they live at. And this is him walking, allegedly. And I'm not going to post who that news company is. You guys can see it anyway. But well, I'm going to go ahead and play another one here. Share screen. Boom. Large it. This is right before or after it was done. Okay. After it was done. Just moments before his arrest. You can see him right there. You can make out it's him. Now, I'm not saying the other one is not him or is him or whatever. But this is him just gradually getting a drink. Right there. Now, mind you, he just right before this, they, like Jeff said, they had an argument at Conan Christmas party, whatever it was. The thing was, the dad was upset that he came in a hoodie instead of dressing up. And, everybody says, this is the big main thing here. Everybody says he was acting fidgety and jerky and things like that. This is what everybody said, Now, yeah. From what I just seen, he's acting normal. And when he was walking, if that was him, I don't think that if that was him, it doesn't look like he's, fidgeting or jerking or, on drugs or anything like that. Now, this last one is him actually getting arrested. And there's nothing, nothing bad happens or anything, so it shouldn't be a deal or anything. Larger, there we go.
And these pictures are right after, I don't know exactly how to say it, when they found the parents.
Well, this is at night. About 3 or 4 hours after they found the bodies.
Okay.
As you can see him up here wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's not freaking out. He pops his hands up and listens to what they're saying, gets on the ground, gets arrested, and it's over. That's it. I can go ahead and play the rest, but you can't really see anything from there. And this is all the big news companies posting this stuff, so it's just not me.
That ain't coming from a person who normally does things like that. They run.
Oh, yeah. Now, again, I'm not saying that he wasn't on anything, but from witnesses saying that he was acting strange and acting, like he was on something. Um,
That could have been.
and again, they had all this stuff 2 hours, within the 2 hours after they had the police got to the house. They had all the cameras. They had the video from the night before. They had, him in a convenience store. They had all this stuff.
Well, did Rob Reiner have cameras in his house?
No, I'm sure they did. Probably outside. I don't think they would have inside, but
I'd have to have, if I had cameras, I'd have to have them inside also. I'm sorry. That's me.
Well, you would want somebody watching you take a dump?
Come on, get realistic. I'd have it pointing to the bedroom. I'd have it pointing to the
Yeah,
restroom.
hallways and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That he was charged that night. It was like, I don't know exact time, but it was just hours after they had showed up to the place.
Well, see, my theory was, he done that right. I mean, if he was at the store right after all this happened, where's all the blood and everything at? But you said about 3 or 4 hours after that. So my mind is going, he could have went, washed up, cleaned up, and everything else. Then went to the store.
The thing is, the same shoes and the same pants were worn from the first video to the second and last video.
Right.
I mean, you can clean stuff, but you can't clean.
Well, I ain't saying that because let's say if he did, okay, if he did, he could have went home, he could have showered, changed clothes, wore different pair of shoes, then went to the store.
Yeah, those were same shoes though. That's the same shoes and pants. If you look at and it could be the exact same pants, but the hammer thing, the pants that have a little loop for the hammer.
Oh, okay.
It was busted on both of them. So that tells me he's wearing the same pants. And again, there were reports this was a very gruesome scene. Very, very bad. So as soon as they seen it, there was no question these people were no more. Now we'll kind of get into the conspiracy part of this. It's very, very interesting that a certain Michele, Obama pops into the scene here.
Oh, she did.
Yep. They were supposed to meet hours after it had happened. Her and hubby, or she the hubby, or he the hubby. One of them the hubby. The Obamas were supposed to meet the Reiners that night. Now, the conspiracy part of this is the 19th. Certain things come out at the 19th.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to release something beforehand.
Really?
Yes.
You're not saying that it was possibility, are you?
I don't know if, and that's the thing. I don't know if he was involved in any of that stuff. But yeah, no, yeah, Rob was supposed to release something the day before, which would have been tomorrow.
On the 18th.
Yeah. Because stuff was coming out the 19th. And we all know what the 19th is. Not the aliens, but the other big thing.
It's not aliens.
Yeah, and I'm not saying this is, this is true or anything. It's just some of the theories that are coming about kind of make sense because, there's somebody else in New York City that is no more. He was an actor and also supposed to had ties with, that guy that, the files are coming out about that guy. He is no more. And that's the guy from Pulp Fiction, the bad guy in the basement thing, or the pawn shop guy. He, and again, this to me, the person that come in and did a well check on him said that it was a gruesome scene. He had major damage to his face, but the cops said there was no foul play, even though there was blood on the floor and there was a massive damage to the face or the head. Sorry.
How can you get, there's no foul play in that? Well, then again, look at where it took place at, and look how the law is over there. There ain't no law.
Yeah. And
just
I seen in the news today that, today's a bad day already because Buck Rogers passed. I was like, what the heck? I already thought he had, he went a long time ago, and I looked and said, holy crap, he was still alive.
It seemed like to me, well, Dixie just said it, that he did pass a while back ago.
I thought.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, he was still alive?
Mandela effect.
Oh, no clue.
I mean, Buck Rogers in the 21st century died in the 20th century. I mean, that wasn't supposed to have been funny, but I think I'm gonna have to start writing things down.
Yeah, Buck Rogers in the 25th century, star dies at 82.
What was his name?
Who?
Gil
Gerard.
Gerard, yeah. I had a thing for the
Let's don't go there.
The bad alien chick.
Yeah.
I forget what her name was.
I understand why you had a thing for her.
I was like, ooh, I like Buck Rogers. That Tweaky, what was it, Tweaky or something like that? That guy.
I thought Twiggy was on Laverne and Shirley.
No, it's that little metal dude. You go,
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Now you guys gonna make me look it up.
Ernie Gray, really? I
Buck
haven't
Rogers.
seen that name in a long time.
Aaron
It
Gray.
was-
No, she was a good lady.
Yeah. Aaron,
Oh, there she is. Pamela Hensley. Princess Ardella.
I thought you was gonna say Anderson there for a moment.
Let's see if she.
I'd have to see a picture of her first.
She's still alive. She's 75 years old. Yeah, that makes me feel old.
Some of these pictures now and then, okay? What they used to look like when they was in their teens or 20s.
Yeah.
Today,
Twiggy.
let's say one of them is like 20 some years old, and now they're 70 some years old. There ain't much difference between the pictures.
Oh yeah, there's what? Dick Van Dyke's still alive.
Really?
Who?
What the heck? Well,
I thought he done passed.
That's Jerry Van Dyke. I know his brother passed, Jerry. Durr.
yeah, I just seen a thing. Yeah, he's 100 years old.
I'm fixing to say,
He done passed.
no. He just
Yeah, he's still alive.
Dick Van Dyke's 100. I
'cause
bet he don't look like what we remembered.
Yeah, he was doing he was talking about Rob, and I'm like,
Really?
and it was early because he was saying how it's very sad that he was murdered, and I'm like, what the heck? Dick Van Dyke's still alive? I remember watching him in black and white.
Is it common for roosters to crow this time of night?
If they're threatened, yeah.
Okay. Because here for a whole blooming week, this dead burned rooster's been crowing about this time.
Are you listening is there owls out there, or is it just at nighttime?
I
Yeah.
don't think that rooster knows what day of the hour
It's
it
at
is.
nighttime, actually, about every night.
Yeah.
Well, is there more than one rooster?
Yes.
Okay, they're having a
No, there ain't neither, because I'm gonna tell you something. I got about 8 birds out here. No hens. There is no hens. They all be roosters.
well, that's the issue then. They're cockadoodle. They don't have nothing to doodle. Why do you have a bunch of roosters then?
Well,
it's not ours, it's next door neighbors, actually.
yeah, but they come to me for feed.
Yeah, but
And-
why are they having all the roosters though?
When she bought them, she was told that they was hens.
Oh, okay.
And they were so small that you couldn't really tell the difference if they were or were not.
You can tell by their eyelids.
How about their teeth? Can you tell by their teeth?
Usually, you can tell how big they open their mouth.
Well, I done told this rooster out here, if he even thinks about attacking me, I'm gonna rip his lips off. And yes, there is hawks out here.
And there's an owl out there too.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, if they hear that hoot owl, they'll start crowing like crazy.
Dick,
Yeah, if there's no hens though, I don't know they don't have nobody to protect
Wait a minute.
besides themselves. But
Lester, I had thought about that one. He says I had a rooster that wouldn't shut up at night. He became Sunday dinner.
yeah,
This rooster right here, he stands about knee high. Okay. And he was looking at that hawk up in the tree. It's like the rooster was egging him. Come on down. I got something to say to you. But anyway, forget about the rooster, forget about the chickens. Let's get back.
Where you was.
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, sometimes it is just what it is. You know, when a thing comes together just like that. Sometimes it is that, you know, they could have had video proof of him doing stuff. They already said they're not looking at they're not looking for anybody at the time, you know, when they were giving reports out, you know, minutes afterwards. They said they weren't looking for anybody. They already had their suspect. So I don't know. You know, there's other things that happen that it takes days or weeks before they get video of things that's happening. Look how long it took the Charlie Kirk stuff.
There's a video out there somewhere.
Well, see, that's the thing is the one video of the night before, which I don't think is a real video, even though the shoes and the pants look identical. You know, I don't know.
Well,
and it's just, eyewitness accounts are so they're too identical.
Well, no,
you know, people don't say the exact same thing. Even, you know, these witnesses are all actors and Hollywood types. Their witness accounts at that party were all, majority of it was identical.
Wait a minute. When you say identical, are you talking about what they saw, or?
Yeah,
that's too
well. Everybody witnessed it, and that's another thing. When they said, when it was reported, oh, everyone was uncomfortable. You know, every news company said the exact same thing. And then when they interviewed each of some of the people at that party, they said the same thing. Which, you know, a lot of times this stuff, when you talk to witnesses, their stories go to the same place, but it differs in some because everybody has their own interpretation of what they see.
Right, exactly. That's why I say it's too well rehearsed.
Yeah.
But why would any parent go to the extreme to have their child go through something like this? I don't understand.
Well, what do you mean?
Why would any parent set their child up for a fall like this?
Well, I don't I don't think they have anything to do with it because they're not here anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they were planning on not being here anymore.
okay.
Because like I said, they were meeting with the Obamas that night to talk, and this is all alleged, we don't know for sure, but it was supposed to talk about releasing
Documents.
information before Friday.
Dana, I agree with you 100. Well, I do agree with you. Yeah, what said allegedly.
Yeah.
That's a crying shame. It really is.
Yeah, and I'm not saying he didn't do it or what, I'm just, the more you think about it, because, a lot of things that happen, it takes weeks and months before it's all put out there. And now we get the video of him being arrested and, at the convenience store and walking at night before it happened, which I still don't think that's him, because where he's walking does not look like the area where he lived, which he lived there in the guest house where his dad was.
The guest house on the property.
Yeah, he was living there.
Well, I tell you what, if you was to read the description in the top left, then you'd know what we'd be talking about.
Well, you look where that's coming from. It's coming from the vertical ones.
Well, I don't care if it's vertical, horizontal.
Yeah. And that's the thing that gets me is the daughter had to find him, and the daughter's still here, and then that again is what I don't agree with. What Trump was going on about with what he had said.
Was she in the will and he wasn't, or was she going to get more than, or was he going to get more than she got less?
Well, she was adopted, or adopted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're bringing a whole bunch of scenarios into this now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I know we're talking about California police, but you would seem to think that they would use what little brains they got.
How old were they? Daughter and a son.
How old were the two youngins? Do you know?
The two youngins?
The daughter and
they were adults. Or they are adults. 30s and in the 30s.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I did not know that, Dana.
You don't think the daughter was involved?
Yeah, you get used to it. Yeah, in their 30s at least. He was the older one. That was his son.
Wonder what Archie Bunker's got to say about this.
Isn't he's passed, isn't he?
I mean, he done passed.
Look, I thought Dick Van Dyke had passed.
Oh,
Well,
Passed.
Meathead's wife in the Archie Bunker is still alive. She said something about it.
Edith.
No, Meathead's wife, not Archie's wife.
How do you feel?
she passed, didn't she?
That's what I thought, but she said something about it. They got an interview with her, less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. All these people that has passed.
Wasn't it Gloria?
What? You're Carol O'Connor.
But I thought Sally, what's her name, Sally?
Yeah, Sally Field.
Yeah.
I thought she'd passed.
What's Sally Field? Yeah.
No, not
I
Sally
know Sally
Field.
Field.
Struthers.
Let's see.
He's the youngest boy, then his sister. What life? Yeah.
Yeah, Sally Struthers was Gloria,
Yeah.
and she's still alive. Edith Bunker, she passed 2013. Archie passed in 2001.
Sally is 78. Gene Stapleton. That was her name. Thank you, Grace.
No, Sally done passed.
Ain't that something?
I don't understand.
It's
You
the
George
main-
Sanford, or what was his name on there? I think it was George.
On what?
Yeah, George Jefferson.
Yeah.
He
Moving on.
passed in 2012. Oh, I didn't know Maud was on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she passed 2009.
Matter of fact, I think, what was the name of it? All in the Family was a spinoff from Maud.
I don't know.
With that. Grace, I'm getting to it. That dog's barking.
Oh, really? I never really got into that show too much. I never liked watching movies that people were or shows that people were sweating all the time. I know they're down south, but geez, every time I turn around, they're drenched, sweating.
Now, whoa, wait a minute. All these were up in New York.
Huh? The Heat of the Night?
Oh, okay. That was Georgia. Hey, you got earbuds in?
No.
You ain't? Okay. Oh, dang! Boy, that took a lot out that go around.
It's that eggnog.
No, it sounded like I was going through puberty at 64.
Yeah, Maud was a spinoff of All in the Family.
Maud was.
Yeah. So All in the Family was first. I know Jeffersons were spinoff too.
Now, which one? Oh, hell, let me get my words right to go with my head here.
Yeah. Yeah. She was adopted.
That's the
Bonnie.
reason the dogs are barking. And I was about 5 feet from the laptop when I did it. Well, if you think my hump days are loud, you ought to hear my belches when I ain't live.
Oh,
Yeah, Dixie has a problem telling which end they're coming out of at times.
something new just popped up on the Maxwell files.
Wait a minute. It's been a long time since I've been deep into the news. Remind me again what the Maxwell files are.
The female version of what's coming out Friday. You remember her?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's coming out with something too.
Well, no. There's appeals because a lot of this I can't say anything. The trafficking part or traffic part. Oops. The traffic part of that is going to get vacated.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah, allegedly. You know, this is what I'm reading on the news right now. So, and we all know what the news is.
Well, yeah, really. It's money under the table news. That would hurt the case because without hers, I don't think there will be a him. Because
there is no him. He's no more.
I mean, at that time, because they both work together. I hate YouTube at times because you can't say what you really need to. I mean, my mind's racing. It's wanting to say stuff, but my mouth is saying, "Shut up, slow down," and that don't happen often. I reckon I am getting old.
Yeah, you know, the Bongino guy is quitting. That's the big talk now, and we're going to see what's going on with Trump here at 9:00. So probably jump off of here before that, so everybody can go watch that.
Hello, Miss Bonnie. Did you get my messages last night? Dixie, you ain't helping. Quit laughing. I don't know how else to put that. That's why I'm quiet. I'm sitting here thinking of how to say what I want to say, but I can't.
Well, we have 2 more days until this allegedly is going to be released, if it all gets released. And from what I understood, only partly it gets released, and then they release more later on.
I think the release of the files is look over here and not over there ordeal.
Well, that's why I said if there was anything damaging, you'll never see it.
Right, because everybody is concentrating on the files.
No, I
That's-
mean in those files, if ever there was anything damaging in it, it would have done been gone, you know, because on both sides.
How can you? Damn.
Just hush. Wait on the news.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
mouth.
that's also. Did you know?
Yes, Tammy.
There is at the moment. NASA and other space agencies have
Yeah.
deployed the largest planetary defense in history because of what's coming the 19th.
That brings up a whole new damn thing I want to say.
Yep. As in interstellar comet, the 31 Atlas approaches the planet Earth.
The closest planet it's going to get to is Mars. You cannot see it with a naked eye from Earth unless you've got a good telescope.
Well, it's on the other side of the Earth, so we're not going to see it anyway. But the thing is, there's more than 23 nations have launched the largest drill in history, which will run through. It'll take up to till January 2026. Suspected comets harmless passage through the solar system as a test to track future threats from space.
It makes you think. Now, when Trump was in office the first go round, he come up with a new one. What was it? Space Force to
Yeah.
protect us from space. And what's going on now? He knew something. He had to.
Well, that's why I said we wake up Friday morning and they say, you know, aliens are coming, or you know, well, whatever they call them now, but I still call them unidentified flying objects, UFOs,
Yeah.
have entered the atmosphere. Then you know there's going to be no files. Everybody's going to be fixated on, you know, the sights and wonders, so to speak.
I don't think they're aliens. I really don't.
It's a comment.
That is, yeah.
But like I said, there's a lot of talk that it's not a comet, it's an actual spaceship, an alien craft.
I don't believe that. I really don't. I mean, everybody has an opinion. That is my opinion. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. You know, but I believe it's a rock. And if I'm proven wrong, Grace, I have been reading a lot about that. That's why he's orange. And I'm not saying that to be joking. But yeah, until I actually see one, I will not believe it. But then again, I don't think there's aliens. I think they're demons.
Yeah, I just think it's, you know,
You
look
right,
over here,
Sean?
look over here, not look over here.
Well,
It's amazing that, you know, everything lines up for the 19th. There's a lot of other stuff. There was so much more stuff I could get in the video I just did that I could have got into. You know, the Greek meaning of some of the stuff that's coming about on the 19th. It's just woo, odd stuff.
Look, around the end times, aren't there supposed to be another star, something similar to the one of Bethlehem? I said
Well,
similar.
we're supposed to lose a third of the stars in the sky.
No.
Well, that's one of the stages is losing losing the stars, then the sun itself.
Well, now the reason we're going to lose the sun is on account of the bottomless pit is supposed to open up, and it's going to be so cloudy that it's going to block out biggest part of the sun. That's how we're going to lose our sunlight. I mean, there's a bunch of theories involved in this. I do believe we are either the last or the next to last generation here on Earth before the return. I'll put it like that.
Well, it is 2 minutes till. I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down here so we can get everybody gotta go watch Trump's speech, see what who we're going against or whatnot.
Everybody.
Until next time, which is Friday, make sure everybody shows up for the giveaway Christmas one here Friday at 8 o'clock.
Friday is 2 days past hump day.
And might get to see 101 this weekend, maybe. Hard to say.
Yeah. Especially what's going on up there.
You guys have a good night and enjoy the Trump speech.
Yeah, okay.
It's supposed to be on this channel and on the cooking channel, so I figure since I haven't done anything on the cooking channel, I might as well spread the love a little bit.
What type of dough you
You
using?
guys have a good night, and we'll catch you later.
Out.